kasi yung pinanis na kahiwalay ng dito. Kanina pa yata. Okay. Nag-aabang lang din tayo rito. Kontra Pinoy Proy. Ayun o. Bigyan na natin ang heroes played itong si White Paul. First play transfer yung kanyang most played. Or 7 matches with 7 matches.
Initiator kind of guy, whereas 33, he obviously can play those heroes, but he has his own niche. He has a really nice centaur, which I'm sure we'll see either picked or banned in this series. But he has some unique heroes where he doesn't focus too much on winning the lane. He instead just, does his own thing and lets his team, play the game in the way they want.
You speak a little bit about the dagger hero, and right now I feel like in the off lane, like the dagger heroes kind of feel like they're a bit more underwhelming because of the helm heroes. They're just better because of the map being bigger. The dagger heroes just kind of feel like they just don't really find a place in the meta.
Yeah, the meta kind of developed into, if you are playing a dagger hero, you just kind of end up buying the dagger later. Like you on some centaur, you're gonna go helm, then maybe heart or lotus, and then you're gonna get the blink. There's other like some dark seer or tide where you would also get like 1 or 2 items, and only later you get a blink, which I'm sure has something to do with the fact that the games are going so late, and the blink dagger doesn't really give you anything. It doesn't help you farm, so you want like the other items that give you stats that help you, let's say, pull waves with the dummy. And then eventually, once you're really fat and outfarm the enemy offlaner, then you get the blink and then you can fight properly.
Yeah, I remember seeing like an Maz in group stage, which went blink like first or second IM, and it just looked like there was nothing to do. This hero doesn't do any damage with his blink. It's like no one.
But do you think you should buy helm on Mars right now? Do you think that's the build? Like you have to? Do you want to buy helm on this hero? Is it possible
Probably
to actually buy?
Pick the hero at that point.
On Mars, no. However, there is a very cool build on Mars that you can do at home as well, and that is you get armlet first item, which is awesome, and then you get Blightstone, and then when you turn on your armlet and you press your shield slam, it insta kills a wave, and then you farm real fast, and then you get your blink after.
Why don't we see it right now, Jonas?
I feel like Amar might do it, to be fair. He seems like the type.
I mean, Collapse played Maz in the group, but I don't know how he built it.
I'm not sure either. I would assume he bought some like Yule's blink, because usually you would pick Mars for the control. Like the arena is just amazing for team fights. When teams pick this Mars hero, it's for the purpose of let's have team fight and let's have initiation. So you usually can't get away with the
in theory, he's very good against the Drow SF kind of heroes.
Yeah, exactly.
But he just can't really get past the lane.
The lane is usually the problem, and the secondary problem is this hero does not jungle, so if you lose the lane, you are in big trouble, and it is very easy to lose the lane in this meta.
Well, it sounds like there's a lot of focus on the farm coming out for also when talking about hero item builds, when talking about what to do in the early stage of the game. Like, you want to blink dagger, go for it later after you are able to farm, but that does mean that we should put some attention on the 2 carries. We already talked about them separately a little bit, but Winter also here. We got Pure and Yatoro with 2 different styles, because Pure is not about that hard carry style that hides in the jungle for 30 minutes before he comes out.
He has to come out to fight the runes. I think we've seen Yatoro do it a lot. Like whenever he's playing even his Luna, I really like it when he plays Luna. He comes to the rune, he has level 6, he has ultimate, and he just comes over to fight and just helps the mid laner get the rune. I think moves like this are going to be very, very crucial. And Pure is also no strange to coming to help his team. But I think a problem with Pure is he tends to sometimes be over aggressive and he dies, or he plays in a way where he's not supposed to come to help. I remember this one game he was playing Juggernaut and he was just coming to help with nothing, and he just dies, and he just feeds. And it tells you a lot about the mentality of the players. They understand their role, and it might look silly to the audience, like we are watching the game, we're figuring why is this carry coming over, but it tells a lot about the team dynamics, where he's needed to help the team because his other 2 cores are farming and they need somebody to come and make space, and he's the one. If his lane is bad, if he loses his lane, if Whitemon doesn't stabilize the lane, and I think they are going to have a lot of problems.
unironically, we'll talk more about them later, but with Team Vision, one of the things Puppy noted that he was helping Satanic with is the fact that when Satanic was playing at his worst scale, it was when he was joining too many fights, when he was going for kills that wouldn't advance the game, even if it was, you know, a kill that he could get for free or whatever. It was kind of like, you could have been farming all this jungle or doing all this stuff instead, and he's been training that boy to go and hit more camps and go and hit more creeps and raise that net worth up. That's why he's topping GPM every game. So it's actually, at least to that team, to that coach, to that player, it seems that farming more is better than killing and joining.
I mean,
these
that's
fights.
actually a really good point, because you need to choose which fights to come to.
Yeah.
You can't just blindly go to every single fight, and the fight that's good for you, you go for it, you know. You don't blindly just take every single fight.
It's funny because the way it works is, especially for these mid runes, is by default, right? It's just the two mid laners, and then one team brings one support, and then you're gonna win the fight if you bring two supports. So then the first team brings also two supports, so then you need to bring the offlaner, and then if the offlaner comes, you also want to bring the carry. But if the offlaner doesn't come and you bring your carry, you overplayed your hand. You brought 4 when you needed just 3, and then it's just about learning or like getting a read in the game of how many numbers you need to bring. And I would say throughout TI, as it goes later and later, I feel like this number increases and increases. I feel like at some point we're just gonna see 5 versus 5 on runes minute 6.
How long?
What's happening?
Yeah, it's some grand finals game 4 stuff where you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna outsmart this guy. I don't think they will expect the 5 heroes. We've been doing 4 so far.
And then
And
you
then
have to
everybody
do the
brings 5.
non-committal, right? You poke, if you know your opponents might bring so many heroes, then you poke them, and maybe you lose the support, they bring too many heroes, and then you just farm the side lanes.
Yeah.
You have to be calm. Like, you have to read the situation properly. And that's why the games like this are very, very difficult to assess. Like a team being in a more, I feel like, tense mental state, they would just react and bring heroes no matter what. They'll just play, you know, they don't think too much.
And that's the beauty of DOTA. It can work in any scenario, however you decide.
It is quite fun to talk about how that might develop, but I think I'm gonna not hold my breath for a 5v5 mid in this game, at least, as we are getting closer to getting our series underway. Don't worry, we will get there soon, but you know what? We need to properly start this game. So let's do that right now.
Iron Wing versus Team Spirit. Game 1.
It's time to talk about the Dota 2 that is coming our way. It's time to talk about the draft that is coming our way. For Game 1 on the main event, we have got Team Spirit on the Radiant side, Iron Wing on the Dire side. First pick going the way of Team Spirit, so the Radiant team, and that means Iron Wing has the strategic advantage of overall last pick, so they get to close out the entire draft. Let's see. We have got a couple of key heroes we want to keep our eyes on at the start of the game. One of them we've mentioned a lot already is the Earth Spirit. Now, it might not be banned because sometimes teams think, you know what, game 1, we're going to let it through because we think we can counter it, and we don't know what happened in the scrims the last few days, and never mind, we do. Earth Spirit has been winning.
You know
It's
what,
now
Shiva?
banned.
Maybe they just think their opponents suck at the hero.
Yeah, that could be. It could be. Nah, it's going to get banned out. So we got a Largo banned out, Alina banned out, and an Ember Spirit banned out on the side of Team Spirit, with the Dream Protector, Bane, and Earth Spirit banned out by Iron Wing. They get one more ban before Team Spirit picks.
And yeah, Team Spirit first pick as well. I was gonna like bring up, oh, we've seen so many first pick Centaurs. Will Spirit take it? Because I feel like Iron Wings would if it was their turn for first pick. But Collapse has not played it that much in comparison to other heroes.
I'm excited to see some Team Spirit Draw Ranger or Lone Druid. They seem to love it on their first pick, and I think Iron Wing are not as punishing of a team against Draw. They usually just let them do their thing. And we got the Undying, even nicer. This hero is absolutely busted. Once you get the shard, you can just hide people with Tombstone. Yeah, you open your draft with a very strong support. I think this is very solid.
keeps your options open that if you do want either Lone Druid or Drow Ranger later down the line, Undying fits in any kind of archetype, basically.
How about the offlane? When would be an ideal scenario to move him potentially to the offlane?
Trust me, Winter, I would love to see Undying offlane. However, these guys, they do not like it for some reason. I have not asked them why.
Yeah, I want to know why, because it looked so powerful like just a little while ago. When you get this, because obviously with his ult, it's so powerful because when you hit someone with it, you're doing so much more damage amp with your whole team. It's not just Undying. So the ability to buy like a blink and just go on someone and be this massive flesh tank and add that damage amp means that you can just burst heroes so easily. And this is a meta as well where people are buying like HOTS and stuff. So you have so much HP that you have to get through.
Yeah, I think it's very strong. I'm assuming that it's a little bit of a cheese pick. You kind of need to destroy your lane if you're offlane Undying, and that becomes a bit harder at TI. And I believe all the teams, or like the meta developed in a way where teams just want this Undying for his Tombstone safe later on, and they just want to get like a lane secure for a turret kind of hero, which Team Spirit like a lot, you know, such as the Drow, Lina's already banned, but
Shadow
you know,
Fiends in
Shadow
the
Fiend,
pool,
exactly,
exciting.
some Lone Druid, stuff like that. And we also got the Invoker from Iron Wing, which is very scary. BZ, one of the best invokers in the world. They're not afraid to first pick it.
When you say one of the best, who's better? Would you not say the best? Put you on the
Big
spot there.
statement to make.
I'm like,
Oh, I know.
Miracle Invoker.
You should see my Invoker. I can invoke here and there. I can sound straight. Yeah. So, but okay, fine. BZM is slightly above me.
Nice.
Yeah, honestly, probably the best invoker in the world.
Yeah, but I also want to talk a little bit about why Invoker, in my opinion, should be in the first phase, because I think this hero, he kind of sucks in the lane. So there's actually very little point for me to pick this hero later if you see, to wait to see your matchup. Because it doesn't matter who you lane against, you're just going to get dumpstered in the lane. So why not just pick the hero early?
Very true, yeah. And they decide to cover it with the Slardar ban, which is, it's very nice against Invoker. Once you don't have much armor, if you get amplified damage, then or corrosive haste,
because he kills the Forge in the lane.
he does kill Force in the lane.
Yeah.
It does, however, give them an opening to pick the other Invoker counter, which is Puck, which is also a very hard matchup for Invoker. But perhaps Spirit, they don't like Puck as much. We'll see if they decide to answer it like that.
The Hoodwink comes out for Ari, and that is the hero that he has basically learned how to play Dota 2 on. He has been very open about when he first started playing Dota. Wasn't too great. He was a core player. And then at some point he's like, hey, you know what? This girl lady, I'm gonna try her. And he rose to the top, and he is one of his best performing heroes. And we also saw the record. He has played it a lot successfully. So obviously to be here on this main stage. And as a bonus, the hero itself seems to be very good in the current meta. It's another one of those heroes, Winter, that seems to fit always.
It helps you set up your Sunstrike. I think whenever you have Invoker, you need supports to have like some kind of setup. Bane, for example, or Hoodwink, any sort of stun. And right now, Spirit, I think the reason why, I was thinking like, you mentioned, Jonas, about the Puck, maybe they can just pick the Puck right away. But the other reason why I feel like they chose to go for the Pango is they probably wanted to keep like the Pango as a flex because he can go off and can go mid, and they want to show, force their opponents to show more heroes before they decide what they want to pick in the mid lane. And this Wind Ranger as well, one of not me's hero, like very this Wind Ranger as well, one of not me's hero, like a very, very strong laner. I think there's a lot of emphasis for the lane. Undying Wind, you're going to be very, very strong in the early stages. You're going to be very good at fighting at the runes.
Yeah, they got like the double flex with Pango and Wind, because both of those heroes can be played in multiple different roles, which makes it a bit harder to draft for Iron Wing. But I imagine their draft is just, they just want heroes that make sense together. They got the White One Ring, very exciting. He's one of, okay, I will not say one of the best. He is a very good ringmaster.
No, he's the best ringmaster.
He is the best.
Wow, this team's the best at everything. And they're gonna TI?
How can they lose?
How can they lose?
I mean, I will say it feels like with Wind Ranger, isn't it sort of pigeonholed into support here because you're playing into Invoker. You have a very easy dispel against if it's core.
It's very possible. I feel like they sometimes don't even care. They just
They don't?
they want like you're like fast enough to dodge the tornado unless it's coming from like right beside you.
Like a ghost wand.
It's an okay hero against Doom in lane,
Yeah.
but they could also easily pick their draw, which is also super good against Doom. But I do feel like Team Spirit, they love picking this this physical damage lineup with the Pango, with minus armor, which is probably
Yeah, why?
also...
They could just pick a Kez and do 1 billion physical damage.
I love 1
1
billion
billion.
damage.
1 billion damage.
Yeah, every offlaner loves Kess.
Yeah. Well, Doom is one of the few that actually is okay against Kess, as you just Doom him and then he will die because he's silenced. Sometimes.
Sometimes he is.
But so far, very strong lanes from Ironwing. Like both of these supports are kind of picked to win the lane. You also have Sunstrike from mid, and both of these supports have like a slow or
Which matchup would you actually prefer? Do you want like the Ring against the Undying? Like I feel like Ring is probably better than Wing against Undying.
I think either one of them is okay. I would imagine they will put the Hoodwink top, but you can play either of them. Undying, he doesn't really like these range heroes that can just keep hitting him forever. Okay, and we got the Laundry. Very nice counter pick to Doom, as you will never really be in the fight and you don't want to Doom a bear. So this kind of covers it for them. It also split pushes the map against the Invoker. So
Do you
kind of balance
feel
it.
like they have an issue here, though? For me, when I look at this lineup and I've looked at how Lone Druids have been playing, they are very AFK. Like, they sit in that jungle for a very,
20
very
minutes
long
AFK.
time. And that means that right now, your other heroes playing on the map are a Wind Ranger and Undying potential duo support and a Pango, and I don't feel like they do that much damage. Like, you don't have this nuke from Hoodwink or a Dark Willow. It's...
I mean, but the
feels
good news
underwhelming.
is Invoker is also kind of like AFK hero early game. Like he's throwing Sunstrikes here and there, but generally he's like just farming and pushing waves. So you don't really, I don't feel like they're gonna get pressured too much. I think in some games, I agree with you. Like the Lone Druid in the early game, he's gonna get punished. But in this game, I'm not sure if he's gonna be punished by Iron Wing unless they can find a pick here to prove me wrong. But then again, because you have this Undying and Wind support though, which I feel like is gonna give them the stability in the early game. If your early game is stable, it's gonna be very hard for you to attack the Lone Druid in his jungle.
Yeah, I feel like so far I'm liking the Iron Wing 4 heroes much more, because I feel like with the Sunstrike you can easily bring 3 heroes top, and if you manage to land the Bushwhack on this Lone Druid, he might just die. They have so much damage with just these 4 heroes. But you know, luckily you get to pick a 5th, so...
Yeah. I'm favoring them too. Just, I feel like Invoker, whilst you say he is AFK, when I've watched them, they are buying this like Meteor Hammer, then they're able to farm ancient stacks using the Ice Wall and the Meteor Hammer, and then, you know, you have the Ghost Walk to go and scout for the Lone Druid on top of that. I mean, they have so many ways to like give vision with this hero and find this hero, and with the Meteor Hammer, they can also rotate that to push in this safe lane tower and restrict Lone Druid's farming space. On top of that, you still have a carry hero that might also then be able to go through the gate and come and connect to push this tower. I think they could restrict Spirit space really heavily right now.
So with that in mind, you would like a carry for Pure, for this last player of Iron Wing that has not yet has a hero, unless they do some shenanigans with the Doom. But you would like one that is active early on.
Yeah, Kaz probably, or I don't know if he wants to pick something that has a stun for the Sunstrike like Elk, or something that can help them get more kills, but they'll have the overall last pick to decide. Whereas Spirit, they're gonna need to figure out where to put the Pango. Are they happy putting the Pango mid, or do they have a better offlaner, or do they want to just, you know, pick another mid hero? Like, what would you like to play here, Jonas? Do you think, like, do you want to take the Pango here, or you have something else you feel like could accelerate the game for you?
It is not easy, because you need a hero that doesn't get counterpicked too hard. They did ban the Draw Ranger and TA for whatever they're gonna pick, which are good bans for Pango offlane as well.
Ooh, we talked about the Taz.
The call?
Interesting. So I'm guessing it's Wind Core.
Or Undying Core?
Undying offlane.
Or maybe.
Wow, man.
That would be hype.
I guess they could decide after they see
Yeah.
the carry matchup.
Yeah.
That is the beauty when you flex this much on first pick. You can just decide after the draft is completed, what do you want to send where? And
Yeah.
now it becomes a bit harder for Pure to pick his hero.
And this Tusk is going to be one of the best heroes. Like I already brought up, like Tusk could be a very critical hero in this series because both teams are very greedy. And a hero like Tusk, you can just make a lot of rotations in the early game, especially against an Evoker, and kill him and put the pressure on their side. Sure, he's gonna want to get his Meteor and his Shard and push out waves, but you gotta get there, you know. If your early game is gonna be bad, you're gonna have a worse timing and you're gonna lose a lot of control on the map. So I really like the Tusk here to run up their draft.
Yeah, you want some of these like assassin heroes against Invoker and then just keep coming mid and keep killing the Invoker. He doesn't have many ways to survive. If he's like too far up in the wave, he's just gonna die. And yeah, you don't want that to happen. When you're Invo, you just want to farm.
He's probably not going to be getting any runes here. Like, he needs to kill the runes with the Forge.
Yeah.
Not going to be too easy, you know. I think just looking at the supports, I feel like Spirit has a very, very good supports to take the runes, and we're going to see the Cass here to round everything up. But I personally feel like, based on like the tempo, I'm favoring Spirit. I like to be on the Spirit side. I think they have the lineup that can play fast, they can control the runes, and they can just run Iron Wing over and not let their greedy draft come online.
I'm so glad we get to see an offlane Undying.
Me too.
After
I
we
can't
talked
believe
about-
they finally did it.
We made this happen. We made it.
You made it
We willed
happen.
it into
Hey,
existence.
I was the one who suggested it
Let's
right
go
at the
into it.
beginning.
All right, so well, with that in mind, you guys have been talking the whole draft about how you slightly favor Iron Wings draft. Is that still the case now that we have both drafts complete and we see who is playing what?
Now I see that it's Core Undying and we have damage coming out from Rue on the Tusk support. It basically fixed every issue I had with it. Obviously, there's still the Kez problem. That hero is just stupid, and that's, you know, a stupid factor can always win. But I think the early Undying timing is going to allow them to just kind of roll these guys. They have so much kill.
Okay.
now.
Strong words, strong point for Team Spirit. How about you?
I agree. I think the Tusk and Undying, you get the tag team plus the Flash Golem. You're taking Tom, you're taking Roche. You're going to run them over. Sure, you have a Lone Druid which needs to AFK farm 20 minutes, but I think after that, they're going to take all the objectives and they're going to take control of the map.
You have to be the odd one out, Saber, and you have to keep it concise.
Let's go, Undying. I love it. Oh yeah, it's gonna be epic.
Oh, still going for Spirit. That might be the jinx that we needed for Iron Wing to take game one. But let's see what's going to happen as we head over to our commentary duo. It's Lyrical and Trent.
Thank you so much, Sheever. And for the intro for this game, we want to do something a little bit different, as it's the main stage first game for TI. Dota is a game that's best enjoyed with friends. Those friends that we have, they're from all over the world. There are people that are tuning in right now, late at night on North and South America, people that are waking up early in EU, Africa, the Middle East, and of course, those of us in Southeast.
"30 seconds to battle.